Now, where is this? Yeah. File, open folder, React. We started our journey of React in the last month 17, if I'm not wrong. And I told it's 30 sessions. If you see it like including your Sundays and all, it will be like something your next Wednesday. Okay. So here and there, 1 or 2 days, something difference. That's it. And still, most of the people did not completed their portfolios. We are going to do something big project. Why? Because so that you can show your project into the kind of your portfolios. Most of the freshers or most of the most of the resumes I have seen, they filled with either OTT or e-commerce. If you check in internet, also in YouTube, there will be a lot of people who will teach you like React with e-commerce, very simple one. E-commerce React one, like based on knowledge, whatever you have it by now, you can do it actually. It's not a big deal. All you need is to attach one API and you will print the products, each one different logic. So that's why we, instead of e-commerce, I wanted to go with any another one. Okay, that is one thing. Second, what did we discuss till now? I will repeat this Redux one, but except apart from Redux, what did we discussed? We discussed apart from Redux something called, go here topics, introduction, basics of JSX, components, props, state. We have it like what are functional components, class components, lifecycle methods. In props, basic props, default props, child to parent, prop drilling. Then how do you solve that prop drilling? Also, we discussed state. We have use state. We have multiple states. We have event object in use effect without the array, with empty array and dependency array, and how to do fetch. We discussed context API. We discussed prop drilling. We discussed create context provider and use context API, which is something simple. We discussed routing. We discussed forms. In routing, we need to discuss this lazy loading and 404. We will do. We discussed library forms with like formic, React, hook form, something. Then we discussed hooks. Now we are discussing Redux. And that is why I tell to the people, actually, if you want to learn React, you can learn the React in 7 days. When we started our journey, we learned it in 7 days only. It's like way back in 2016. They didn't give much time. Because React is simple library. It won't take you much time. But you needed to practice it more. Okay. Now let's start with a simple story. Now we will understand what is Redux one more time. Yesterday, I tried to explain Redux with some story. Okay. Now I will go with the same story in a different way now. One person, one person, like one person is there. This guy wants to deposit online. If any doubts are there, you can mention ma. Is this GitHub notes available forever? No, not forever. But after the course is over, you can download it. No worries. Now, did you ever go to bank ma? No. Good. Now you want to store money, you want to store or keep money into your bank account. Imagine it's a huge money, so you have to go to the bank account. Okay. Now you wanted to keep so much money into your bank account and you will go to the bank. Will you directly go and deposit in your account? No, no. First step, you will go to the bank account. You will fill the form. You will fill the then form will go to the employee officer. Some guy will be there. Okay. And that people will deposit into your account. Right or not? It will go to this and this people will deposit into your account and then from your account you can able to directly see online. Anyone have doubts in this ma? Online, anyone have any doubts in this? No. Now see this logic. I'm telling it one more time, which is very simple. When you go to the bank, people will first, people will first, like for example, three people are there here. Three people are there. Three people will fill three different, three people will fill three different forms, right or not? Three people will fill three different forms. You will, if you anyone knows bank, they will understand. When you go to the bank, you will fill the form called deposit form or something kind of one. Then this deposit form will be given to the officer one. Now the officer will receive this deposit form. They will verify this deposit form and they will check it like which deposit form, which account. If deposit forms, three deposit forms he received, he will not put it three into one account. Na? He will check which deposit form, which account. Based on your account, based on your money, based on your details, he will upload into your account, right or not? But once it is uploaded into your account, who will get the message? Will the bank officer will get the message? Who will get it? You will get it because it's your bank account. You can see how much is there na? Online, are everyone clear, sir? Online, are you getting my point? Online, are you getting my point? The same way, sir, the same way, Redux, Redux, what it will do, Redux will create it to manage all your states. Now, sir, to manage my balance, my details, everything. I have one bank account now, right or not? Same way to manage all the states in your application, it will maintain one account called store. What is it called? Store. Redux will keep to maintain all the states. What is the use of Redux? What is the use of Redux, ma? Redux is a JavaScript library, everyone. Redux is a JavaScript library which is used for state management. What is the use of Redux, ma? State management. तो वो states है हमारा project पर बहुत states है like we have so many states. Every page will have so many states. So ultimately I have some 10-20 states. Then I'm getting confused which state is going which value. To manage all the states, to manage all the states, we needed one particular common value, common place. That place where you will manage your states, the place where you will have your account details is called something called store. What is it called? Store. Online, is it clear, ma? Online, is it clear? Online, is it clear? Yes. Sir, can one person in a bank I'm go here, if I deposit, if I withdrawal, if I do any kind of operations, I do 10 operations, Ray. withdrawal, deposit, check, kuch bhi. But all will go to one account only na. All will go to one account only na. Store should be one. Only store is called single source of truth. Single source of truth, and it should be only one. You can't put multiple stores. That is wrong. In Redux, you should put only one store. How many stores you can put in Redux, ma? One store. There are, sir, is there any alternative for Redux? Yes, there are so many state management libraries. Like Redux, we have state management libraries like Justad, something kind of ones are there. Okay. Even you can use that Justad one, but industry wide, mostly people goes with Redux. This Redux one will maintain only one store. Will maintain only one store. So, interview question. Can you create two stores in Redux? No. You can create only one store. That single store is called single source of truth. What is it called? Why? Because someone said it like, I deposit 1 lakh into your account. Will you believe him directly? You will check it now. I checked it into the deposit form. I filled the deposit form. The bank employee said it like, yes, the money got credited. But I don't believe it. If I wanted to check, I can check it. Where I will check it? I will check with the officer or bank account. Bank account only na. Your officer said it. The bank employee said it like, I deposited the money. But you will check it in the bank account whether the money is deposited or not to confirm, right or not. So who will give ultimate trust? Store will give ultimate trust. Any doubts here? Online, any doubts ma here? Online, any doubts ma here till now? Online, any doubts? No. Good. Next come to one step back. One step back. Store will have states. Someone is asking what is state and store different. State is a value, Ray. What is the difference between your bank account and money? Bank account will have money, right? Same way, store will have state. Okay. Now, now they code. Next one, this employee. What is the work of this employee? This only this employee can update that particular bank account. You can't update. It's your account only. Account is yours, but you can't directly change it. For that, there are some people who will do that. That is called reducer. This is called reducer. Reducer. Reducer is a function to change state in store. Sir, to change the state in store, you will use something called reducer. What is a reducer? A reducer is one function. Reducer is one function. What this function will do? Reducer is one function. Reducer function will change the value in the account. How it will change? It will change it like Prasad deposit. तो deposit बोले तो subtract करो. Prasad credit. Sorry, deposit बोले तो add करो. I'm sorry. Deposit add करो. Something like his withdrawal. Subtract करो. Check it like whether it is there or not and give the money. Something like he will check it like one by one based on the details, na? Are you getting my point, sir? Based on whatever the Prasad asked, based on that, he will check and verify. Imagine Prasad asked 1 lakh rupees and his account having only 1000 rupees. Will he give it? No, na? Because he should not give blindly. He should check it first. He should check it everything. He will do some action. This all the things, whatever he is doing, is one function. Is one function. That function will verify everything, and after verifying all the details, that function will update into the store. Update into the store. Any doubts here? Any doubts here, ma? No. Let's go one more step back. See this one, if you understand. Same thing I told another story yesterday, some game. Scoreboard. Okay, similar story. Now, next stage. Sir, how the reducer will update? Will reducer will update it by assumpting? No. Reducer will update based on whatever the form you give. You will give deposit form. Okay, he need to deposit. You give withdrawal form. Okay, he should withdraw. You give something like check. He will approve the check. Are you getting my point, ma? So based on whatever the thing you do, you are like, I wanted to change my phone number, any form, whatever you gave, based on that form details, this function will update. So that means who will trigger this function? What is the input for this particular reducer? Reducer will get an input like form. This form is called action. What is called? Action. Actions are user behavior, behavioral functions or triggers. Whenever this action comes, whenever this action comes, then this reducer will be called, and whenever this action comes, this reducer will be called. This reducer will call update into the bank account. But who will do this action? Who will do this action, ma? We only will do it, na? Customer or whoever the person who comes to the bank account, that guy only will do this action, na? These are called components. We are components. Components. Building blocks of UI. Blocks of UI. So this component will trigger one action. Action will trigger the reducer. Reducer will go to the store. Any doubts here? Online, any doubts, ma? Getting this action go to the reducer is called dispatch. Is called dispatch. Dispatch is like form submitting into the reducer kind of thing. Action will go to the reducer. Sir, let's have one practical example. Let's go to Flipkart. Let's open Flipkart. Now, if I open the Flipkart, in Flipkart, Flipkart is not having. Let's open Amazon. I didn't sign in Flipkart, so let's go here. Amazon. Now I have it Amazon. Now if I go here, in Amazon, there is one cart value. How many values are there in my cart? One. How many products are there in my cart? One. Nice. If I go to another page, imagine I'm opening one page. Now in this page also, how many items are there in my cart is displaying, right or not? How many are displaying now? One. Right side one component is there. In that component also it is showing that one. So if I have 1,000 pages, imagine that Amazon have 1,000 pages. If I open any page, that one will be there, na? Wherever I want, I can check that how many items I added, na? Right or not? Now if I go to here, I can check it how many are there, na? Sir, that means this how many items are there into this? Like a counter. 0, 1, you did counter only. This 0, 1 counter is available to every component. Any component can print that. Any component can print it. Like for example, some websites I wanted to print here. Imagine I wanted to print here message. In this component, I wanted to print one item already there in the cart. I wanted to print like that. I can print it now, right or not? I can print that message. How can you print this one value? How can you print this one value, whatever is there in the top? How can you print it here? I can print it this one value anywhere I want, because that one value will be stored as a global value. Will be stored as a, that means I need one big box. Globally, I want to store. How I stored a context API, right or not? Same like context API, I wanted to store all the values of my state in one place, and that is called store. What is it called? Store. To manage your products details or anything, people will maintain it something called store. That main store will contain everything. For example, here my name is coming. My name and details are coming. If I go some another product, imagine somewhere it is also will show, here also it will show my name and details. Okay, I can show that anything I'm doing will be stored in the main globally at one point, and that is called store. What is it called? So store is a place which is used to store all your state variables, all your state things, right or not? Any doubts here? Online, any doubts here? Online, any doubts till now? No. One place is there where store will contain everything. Now, sir, if I click this delete button, what will happen? In that cart, one will become zero now. Price also will be down now. If I click here plus button, what will happen? One will become two, and you will get it more prices now. That means, sir, who is clicking this? User is clicking one component. When you click this component, when you click this delete button, it will trigger one action. It will trigger one action. What is that action? Action will tell it like he is doing delete operation. Like that, he will tell. Action will tell what you wanted to do. Action will tell what you wanted to do. I click delete. तो एक message आता. वो delete कर रहा है. So where that message will go? Reducer. This reducer will check what you wanted to do. Delete. Oh, तो delete करो. इसका जाओ delete करो. So who is updating that main state? Reducer. How the reducer is updating based on action message. How the action message came? Because you trigger that action. You clicked something. If you don't click something, nothing will happen. Are you all getting my point, ma? Online, did you all get it? Online, did you all get it? Store is not a global value. Store is a global container. Because store is not one value. Store contains so many state values. So to maintain state nicely, Redux people put four levels. Redux people put four levels. One is component, one is action, one is reducer, one is store. This architecture is Redux architecture, which is very important. People will ask you, तो रिडक्स कैसा वर्क करता, रिडक्स ऐसा वर्क करता. ऑनलाइन एनी डाउट्स मा? No. I hope it's clear. In real time, this is how it will do. Sir, let's do one project. Yesterday, I did one small project. I will show it to you now. What we did yesterday. Now. And we will write the notes also. Don't worry. Now, see here. First terminal, new terminal, CD, code, CD, Redux, Redux demo, CLS, NPM, run, dev. Every concepts we did demo one, like components demo, props demo kind of thing. Now, let me put it here, app CSS, import app.css. Now, online, please understand. If you understand this concept, almost you can crack your interviews. Now, see here, very simple logic. I have count, I have count with three buttons, three buttons. First button is plus. Now, sir, what will show on the screen? The one which shows on the screen always app.jsx, right or not? Your app.jsx will be taken to index.html by this route, by the they will put it main.jsx will take this app.jsx and keep it in the div route called render. We do now app.jsx is coming. In this app.jsx, you used something increment, dispatch. वो क्या है? I will tell you. First, how to do this Redux? First step, sir. First, define one state. Define one store. Go here. Store. I created one store. Can you see here? How did you create a store? Import, create store. Import, create store from Redux. And I import one reducer. What did I import, ma? Reducer. This is my reducer. How did I create the reducer also? I will show you. In this reducer, I give that reducer and I tell create store. Sir, why it is getting strikeout? I will tell you why. Because we are learning Redux. Redux people updated Redux to Redux toolkit. Okay. Now these people are saying it like you don't need to create store and all. You can do it directly something simple procedure called Redux toolkit. But to understand Redux toolkit, first you should know Redux. So I am doing it Redux now. Then I will do Redux toolkit also. Okay. So that you will understand advanced also. Next. Here, Redux 1, I created one store and I exported the default store. Copy. Go here. Now. Store creation. Sir, do I have to do separately only store creation? No. You can do it in the main one also. You can do it there only store creation and use it also your wish. Then, then next, how did you put it? Reducer. Next, reducer. See the reducer code? Everyone, what is the definition of reducer? One more time. Reducer is a function. Reducer is a function which is used to change the state in the store. Which is used to change the state in the store. Clear? Now this function dekho. What this function will do? Reducer is taking here two values. How many values it is taking? Two values. First one is initial state. Initial state, it is also called as state. Initial state, it is also called as state. Now onward state बोले तो ये initial state है. देखो initial state क्या है? Initial state is one object, sir. In that object, how many state values I am saving? I am storing one state value only, but I can store 1,000 also na in that object. In that object, I can put 1,000 values also. Count I am storing, or something like cart items I will store, cart length I will store. I can store 1,000 values also, but I am storing one. What is that value? Count 0. Count 0. Now that count 0 is initial state value, which is also called state. Second one is action. Second one is, it's like the deposit form or something kind of one. Till now we did any action? No. But we are assuming every action will have a type. If action ka type incr, that is a switch case. Do you all know switch case ma? Switch case kya hai? Like multiple conditions are there, we will do it. Okay. Someone is asking, is it like internally using use state? Dekho, if one state is there na, we will use use state. I have it like 1,000 states. I wanted to manage 1,000 states. And for that, instead of using every program their own use states, we will use this logic. Okay. Ultimately, use state will be there. Now see here, next. Here, case incre. If I'm doing increment, what will happen, sir? Count value +1. State dot count. State का count value पहला 0 है, तो count value will become 1. If the case value is decr, what will happen? State dot count value -1. If the state value is reset, state का count value 0. And if state value is not not decr, not reset, then where it will go? Default. Default बोले तो return state. खाली don't change it. Keep it up exactly same. Okay. This is my reducer. This is my reducer. Next. 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 Go here. Now actions. Actions. Third step. Sir, you just now checked in reducer. Action ka type decre, action ka type incre, action ka type reset. But where did you write that actions here? Actions are like three functions. Dekho. Khali I declared one function. What I'm returning? Type incre. What I'm returning? Type. If it is decrement function, if anyone call, what I return? If reset function anyone call, what I will do? Type reset. So I just write it three functions only. I can write it anywhere I want. Three functions I wrote separately. If anyone call incre, automatically it will return type incre, and the type incre will go to reducer. Reducer will check it like type increment, and then it will go to the store. It will update the store. Right? And these are actions. I'm just taking one example of the action. Control C. Actions. 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 Next one. Next one. Sir, how did you gave store? But you told store is available globally, na? Did you put the store anywhere globally? No. I want to put the store globally. Globally, I'm going to main.jsx. Can you see here provider store? I am providing my store everywhere. Okay. Providing the store. You should provide the store to globally. Main.jsx. If you understand this much, almost you will get it here. Now, last but not least, sir, till now what is happening? Till now, some actions are created, some reducer is created, some store is created. The store is provided to the whole app, to the whole app. Now, app is having store, na? Right or not? For example, someone put the rules, someone put the actions, someone put the store, and they created a bank account. They gave bank account to me. They gave bank account. They created a bank account and gave it to me, bank people. Now I will deposit money in it. Now I will withdraw money in it. Now I will do some kind of action to it. Who will ultimately trigger my bank account? I only should trigger action. My button is there. So go here. Here I am just using. How do you trigger an action? You will go here. You will use something called use dispatch. What you will use, ma? Use dispatch will call an action, and that action will go to the reducer. Action will go to the reducer. Now I just used one dispatch. Sir, can I directly dispatch value? See, instead of calling increment, I can directly write it here only. Type incr. If I do this like this directly, the type incr directly will dispatch into the reducer. I don't need to go to that action step. I call increment return that value. I can do directly like this. Then automatically type incr will be dispatched. So it will go here, type incr हो गया तो update होता state value. बराबर हो जाता देखो here. I can directly trigger that. Or I will call this increment. What is dispatch? One more time. Dispatch बोले तो trigger to, like, you did like deposit कर रहा है. Deposit is like two ways. In you go bank, you take form, you will fill the form, you take the form, you fill the form, and when you fill and you go to the employee, that is one way. Second one is there, na? You will directly take the form also and go to the employee. In that employee only, you will fill it quickly. You are not doing it in a separate place. So here what I did, use dispatch is used to dispatch the actions. Use dispatch is used to dispatch the actions. Using use dispatch hook, it will go here one. Using use dispatch hook, I created one variable dispatch, and this variable can call the reducer. Can call the reducer. If you remember, I told you calling to the reducer with some action, calling to the reducer with some action is called dispatch. So I am calling directly the bank employee. Okay. I am calling some directly to the bank employee. That is called dispatch directly. Sir, how do you doing? See, I called increment method. I imported increment. I called increment. Everyone tell me, if I call increment, what the increment will return? What the increment is returning? Increment is returning one object. Okay, पूरा object return कर रहा है ना? ऑब्जेक्ट के अंदर टाइप है ना. See, increment is returning this whole. That means this whole value will come in this place na, right or not? Sir, that is what trigger means, sir. Like that is what calling. You are calling some function. Whatever the some function is returning, it will come there na. You are calling increment function. Increment function is returning one object that will come there na. Now dispatch will take this value. Dispatch will take this value to the reducer. Dispatch will take this value to the reducer. Now it will go to reducer. Now in reducer, it is checking action. Okay, you are returning one action. In that action object, action is a object. In that object, is there anything called type ma? Yes na? In that action object, there is something called type na? Now a type value incre hai, incre value update karo. A type value decre hai, so decre value update karo. A type value reset hai, reset value update karo. So I'm going here. I'm I'm going into my app.jsx. So I'm calling increment, decrement, reset here to return the values. In interviews, if you can answer these things, it will give you really good boostage. If you are creating bigger apps, you should do this actually. How it will go to reducer? That is the point. How it will go to reducer? Did you call the reducer, sir? Nahi. Reducer store के पास रहता है. Reducer will be calling is called dispatch. That is the use of use dispatch, na? Sir, I can create any variable and can I do dispatch? Nahi. Dispatch is not a normal variable. That is using use dispatch, na? That use dispatch ka kaam calling the reducer. Online, are you getting my point, ma? If you give that dispatch one any object, automatically it will call the reducer with that object. Now, if I do this here, this increment will be called. Here, one object will come. Then automatically this reduce this one. See here, I go here. This pura object will come here. This object will come here, and then it will go to the reducer. It will check incr. Iska type is incr. So it will check it like count is state dot count. State is nothing but initial state. Count value 0. 0 plus 1. 1. So what is stored in the now? What is the state value now? 1. What is the state value now? Store will contain one state value called 1. 1. Now this 1, whatever is there, 1, whatever is there, that 1 value, how do you take it, sir? You should take it and print it, na? For me, in my program, I'm printing it now. To select it, you will use something called use selector. What you will use, ma? Use selector. So I used it use selector to select the state value, and that state value inside that I'm taking the count. I'm taking the count, and that count value I printed it here. Simple. So like I can check my balance now directly. Like that, I'm checking how much is their balance. Online, is it clear, ma? Reducer is not predefined. It's a rule set. I am giving it my point. When did I told reducer is predefined? No, reducer is not predefined. Like for example, they go here. I gave it here 10. It will work na? Online, is it clear? Employee is not predefined. Employee you will appoint. You create one employee, you give one appoint. What is use selector? Use selector is taking that value. How I will check my bank account? Finally, people wants to check. For example, see if all things are working, button clicking, increment is updating. But I wanted to check how much it is incremented now, right? I wanted to see that value. What is the current value? What is the current value it is having? Current value it is having it is in the count. In the state I used use selector will directly access the store. use selector will directly access the store. It will directly access the store. In this use selector, it will take the first argument as the state. First argument, it will take it there for the state. And in this state, I'm taking the state value, I'm doing count. You can do it in different ways. For example, const count equals to state के अंदर count है वो value ले लो. State के अंदर count है ना, तो वो count value count. You can do like this. Earlier I did something called object destructuring. You can do it like this also, which will come. Now count value 1 minus 1. Set. Now what is the advantage is, imagine I have 2 3 components. Imagine I have another components. That another components also will get this state now. Right or not? Now, sir, can I use it, sir? Go to here, create one more component. I'm creating one component. Components folder. I'm creating one simple component. Everyone knows what is a component. Header.jsx. RFCE. In this RFCE, I wanted to print the count. So I will just print it here. How to take the count? Const count equals to use selector state के अंदर एक count value है state dot count. That count value is stored here. So then print it here. Count. I just want to show some difference, so I will put some kind of styling. Background color black. Color red. Don't confuse why what I'm doing. This is called inline CSS. Okay. This is a simple thing which is called inline CSS. You can do it. Font size 48 pixel. So now see, everyone, I will go here. I will add this particular header inside the app. Now everyone see, that is my header na. I have header, I have app, right or not? I go here, I do this. Am I updating in 2 components? Am I updating in 2 components? I am actually updating in the store. Understand it, a global container, a store. Now also you don't need prop drilling. Actually, you can solve the prop drilling with this also. Redux. Now I can use selector anywhere I want, and I can able to get that value anywhere I want. And that is the use of this. When some person, so globally maintaining it you are. I am updating the state now. I'm updating state. Did I use state anywhere? No. Because use state, you will use it only if you wanted to update the state in that component. Now also same thing is happening. Rendering, checking the virtual DOM, same thing is happening. But